Good morning, dear viewers. Today I am going to tell you an interesting story of cunningly usurping someone else's land, even by some meters, almost a meter width, almost some 50 meters, 50 meters into almost a meter, and that's a considerable amount of land, especially in today's times when people are paying high prices for every cent of land. So let's get to the story. What you see now is the border of two adjoining lands, or the boundary of two adjoining lands, and you can see a row of pipes placed upright so that the net can be placed in between these two, for example these two pipes. So this is a makeshift arrangement instead of a pakka compoundary wall. The story you are going to read from this book has an interesting cover. This is a kind of bamboo. I've been told that this is some kind of Chinese bamboo used for gardening purposes, to make the garden attractive and to add features to it. So in our case, in my experience, what happened is that this border or the boundary being marked over here had earlier a row of areca trees. It was marked with a row of areca trees from here up until somewhere here. Anyway, I'm pretty sure in the year 2020 also this row of areca trees were there. Now my sister will be visiting our paternal home mostly on a yearly basis due to our work commitments and family commitments and all. So there is a possibility that the land might be usurped by some people who could be your family members or someone else. In our case, it turned out to be a family member himself, supported by another family member. We have lost a considerable share of our land, but then the remaining we are fencing it and making sure that it doesn't go from our hands. Now here, row of pipes. Here you see some tapioca already planted, and here you see the Chinese bamboo. Earlier there were no Chinese bamboo, but 2020, after that, after the corona time, the Chinese bamboo was kept along with the row of areca trees over here. My parents are both aged. My mother has been bedridden for almost 25 years. My father also has health issues, and he is taking antidepressants also for the past 10 years or so. My mother's issue is that everybody has cerebral fluid. In her case, the cerebral fluid is more impinging on her nerves, and that's affecting her brain. Can't do operation, but that could be fatal, thereby affecting her overall health. So she is almost bedridden for almost 25 years. If you help her, she can be seated for a while. Then again, she has to be on her bed back again. Now this is the scenario. Both your children are not there, so you are depending upon others, on his close family members, and there is a home nurse to take care of my mother as well. But that doesn't help us get things done in matters related to other things than taking care of my mother. Somewhere here the Chinese bamboo were placed, and as a row the arecas were placed. So you can see one areca over there. I will zoom it for you. So that's one areca. If you draw a line from that areca up over here, that's our boundary. Parent and his brother agreed the boundary to be, and it was respected for a long time. But then later on, after 2020, when there was a land deed done without our knowledge, that's another story. What happens is that all the areca trees on this line. You can see a stump over there, that's an areca stump. I'll go up close and show you. This is one areca stump, and there are other areca stumps were removed as well. Let me be back to the place. Somewhere here the Chinese bamboo was placed, and Chinese bamboo has a peculiar character on its own. If you place a stump over here, over a period of time it will grow 360 degree. It will go 360 degree all around. The Chinese bamboo was placed over here. It grew sideways, all sides 360 degree, and then later on bamboo that was on the other side of the boundary was cut in the midst of its circumference, leaving this much of space free. But on this side nothing was done. Then a row of tapioca was planted. Again the bamboo will be growing to the left, and the right side would be cleared off, leaving more space for tapioca plantation or pushing the boundary. So over a period of time what happens is that the Chinese bamboo grows to the left. It would be cut in the midst of its circumference, leaving more space on the right side, so that the boundary can be pushed to the left, and thereby the land can be usurped silently. Now you might ask, where were you people, or what were your father doing? The thing is that whenever we come here on vacation or at other times, my mother is ill, bedridden, my father is ill, and there is one lady who takes care of my mother. We didn't want to disturb the ecosystem. Has it been a deliberate decision? To some extent, yes, because we were agreed on this row of areca plantations as the border. But then if somebody takes little bit of land for just put this little bit of land is being taken for planting the tapioca, on the basis of brotherly relations we ignore it. But we thought that okay, when we make a boundary wall over here, there will not be any dispute. But now what happened is that when we wanted to fence this area, the guy who owns this part of land, he is telling that this is not the border, rather the place where the bamboo stands is the real border, which is incorrect. You might ask why you don't cut all of it. The reason is that there is a small nest over here. You can see one nest over here. This is being built by a sparrow, so we do not want to disturb its building process. So let it be there. The Chinese bamboo, which was kept over here, got over here. Now after measuring by the government surveyor, what they found is that here is the real border. Now we are building this fencing, so we have kept the fencing inside our land area, and the Chinese bamboo stump which had been there, cut, pushed to the left, because what it does is that on the right side he will cut so that he will have more space, and then there he will plant the tapioca and he will claim that it's his land. Now in that process you will be able to see almost a meter has been pushed to the left, and from here it's almost some 50 meters up until the end of our property. So I'll take you to the end of the property and you shall see it yourself. That's the end of our property. So from here, you should understand, from here, now it has come here. Earlier the Chinese bamboo was here, almost a meter pushed inside. To get a different perspective, I will take the camera and place it over here. See the bottom. Earlier the Chinese bamboo was there, almost a meter. So if you happen to be in a situation like that of mine, please be aware. And this is a cunning case of usurping someone else's land by just meters widthwise, but in effect taking a considerable extent of land. There is more to the story, but then we are trying our best to settle this matter in a very amicable way without much brouhaha. Let's see. Thanks for listening to me, watching me. See you in the next video.